Hello, I'm Reginald Douglas, aka Big Daddy,
I'm Mary Constantino.
and we are the Big Daddy Garden Company. Let's go!
We should have a pack out. We should have a second pack out. The front assembly for the wheels. The main body. The cushion. The seating platform. And finally, the handle with 2 axles connected to it. They should be taped right onto your handle. In the first pack out, we should have 4 wheels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We should have the sprayer assembly. There should be 4 silicone straps, 1 gasket to go on top of the front wheel assembly, 1 grommet for the water tank, a gasket for the front axle assembly, the main screw for the handle assembly. You will actually have 5 cap nuts, just in case we have to pull one, or you have to pull one off, but you'll have an extra one to put that 4th cap nut back on. So we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A cap nut tool, which is very important for the assembly. 4 washers for the wheels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The drain plug for the water tank. The hex nut for the handle. Put this right here so that you can see. And 2 washers for the main bolt for the handle. Those are all the parts that you should have for your Big Daddy Garden Caddy. What we encourage you to do is to lay all of your parts out so that you can make sure that you have all the parts necessary to have a fully completed Big Daddy Garden Caddy. And the most important part of the assembly are the instructions. So if you look at both sides of the wheels for the Big Daddy Garden Caddy, this would be the correct way to put your wheel on the outside of the caddy. This shows you the nuts that go onto the screws of the caddy. This goes on the inside of the caddy. Go. Step 1, insert the rear axle into the back axle slots and begin to tap the axle through with the cap nut tool. And it should go all the way through. We should have a little resistance for the back axle. That's normal. It holds the axle in place so that the axle doesn't pop out during use. And there you have it. Next step, place on washer. Make sure the wheels with the nuts facing the body goes on the rear axle, cap nut on top of the axle at the end, and gently tap it on. To fully secure the cap nut, we will now place it on the cap nut tool and tap it from the end without the cap nut. You don't need to smash it hard to secure the cap nut. It will work its way in. To complete the rear wheel assembly, drop another washer on. Again, make sure the side with the bolts and nuts are facing the body of the Big Daddy Caddy. Make sure the cap nut tool is under to secure the axle to finish the assembly on the rear, and just again tap it. And you are finished with the rear axle assembly. Step 5, take the front axle, place it on top of the cap nut. Take the wheel with the nuts and bolts facing upwards, as this will be the correct direction, facing the body of the caddy. and place a washer on top of the assembly. So now we will take the white cylindrical gasket, place it on the axle. We'll take the green housing unit for the axle, place it on top, take another washer. We're almost done. Wheel again, make sure the nuts and bolts are facing the steering housing column. Place the cap nut on top. Make sure it is securely on the cap nut tool and tap. You don't need to hit it hard to get the cap nut on. At this point, as you can see, the cap nut should rest fully inside of the nest of the wheel. And the cap nut tool, the beautiful thing about this, it prevents the cap nut from being damaged as you hit it with the hammer. Step 6, take the big plastic gasket, drop it on top of the front wheel housing, lift up the Big Daddy Caddy and drop it on top of the front wheel housing. Make sure the front wheel housing is on properly. It will turn 180 degrees. As you will see, the notch in the back should be facing the body of the Big Daddy Caddy. You will take the handle and place it on the front wheel housing with your handle screw with a washer on it. Take the handle screw, place it through one side of the handle assembly. Make sure the holes are lined up properly to make the assembly as easy as possible and push all the way through. Take the cap nut tool, place it over the hex nut and turn to tighten it. Okay, so we are pretty close to finishing the assembly for the Big Daddy Garden Caddy. There's a groove for this piece that goes into the water tank. It's called the grommet. Again, you want to get the grommet groove into the lip of the water tank. So we will take the grommet and just easily squeeze it in, and it should pop in relatively easy, and there you go. The easiest portion of the assembly for the Big Daddy Garden Caddy is the storage lid for the storage compartment on the caddy. Drop that in place, grab the cushion. Your seating platform is now ready to use. Another part of the assembly that's extremely easy are the silicone straps. We will begin by taking one strap, taking it under the bottom of the strap slit at the front of the Big Daddy Garden Caddy, and just easily pulling it up, and it should snap in place. Repeat 3 more times. Quite easy. Step 4, we have the drain plug for the water tank. Simply insert it, couple twists, and you're all set. Now we will assemble the sprayer. Within the sprayer box, you should have your hose, your charger, the filter for your hose, 3 separate sprayer heads, your telescoping sprayer wand, and your motorized sprayer handle. To start the assembly, we first have to remove the end cap off of the sprayer. First, take the rubber O-rings, place one on the head of the motorized sprayer unit and one on the bottom of the motorized sprayer unit. Take the end cap, slide it over the end of the hose. Take the hose and press firmly onto the motorized sprayer unit. Take the end cap, twist it on. The end assembly is now finished. take the filter and insert into the bottom of the hose. The sprayer system also comes with a USB Type-C charger. To charge the sprayer, open the blue flap on the sprayer, insert the Type-C charger, place your charger box on the end of the charger and plug into the wall. This is a telescoping sprayer. To lengthen the nozzle of the sprayer system, twist, pull up, and tighten the bottom. And there you have it. Pull the filter up through one of the notched openings in the back of the caddy and take it down into the caddy's tank about a foot until you can feel the bottom of the tank. At that point, you can begin to secure the hose by wrapping it around the notches in the back of the caddy. It will take about 5 wraps. And once you're done with the final wrap, you can turn the handle around and drop it into the notch. And that is the general assembly of the Big Daddy Garden Caddy. I am Reginald Douglas.
Mary Constantino.
We thank you for your purchase, and we hope that you enjoy your Big Daddy Garden Caddy.